Check 1 2 1. So live A, live B. Are you live? Yeah. So I'm live.
STIHL Timbersports.
Hello everybody and welcome to Milano Congressi in Bella Italia for the STIHL Timbersports Rookie World Championship 2024, where 12 of the world's finest athletes will be competing for the crown. And one of the finest commentators in the world is standing right next to me, Mr. Troy Mannering. We're in for a big show today, right?
Absolutely. We have, as you said, 12 of the best rookie athletes from around the world, 4 coming over from overseas, 2 North American, Australia, and New Zealand. These guys are the creme de la creme, if I may use Italian. Sorry, bad joke. I mean, these guys are the best of the best. They're absolutely going to rock it out there. It's going to be some great action on stage today. I'm really looking forward to seeing what the future of Timbersports is going to do on the stage behind us today.
And of course, we want to find out how these 12 athletes made it to Milano, and that's what we're going to show you right now.
And the on-field announcer, welcome to Milano, benvenuti a Milano. You can see City Life here. We are amongst the Mico Convention Center and I'm so excited. Sono molto emozionato, non sono l'unico ad essere emozionato. E allora facciamoci sentire. Ciao Milano! Ciao Milano! Hey, hey, hey! Hey, hey! Che emozione, what an emotion, what an adrenalinic day it's gonna be. We have 2 competition starting now. Iniziamo subito oggi con la STIHL Rookie World Cup and World Championship 2024-2024 with the 12th best of the world competing here for a big showdown. E quindi sarà uno showdown numero 1 prima di arrivare questa sera alla World Trophy. Quindi siamo carichi? Siete carichi Milano? All right. Benissimo. And so andiamo a presentare qui i nostri giudici di gara. We are going to present the Global Sports Director from Great Britain. Hello to Mr. Spike Milton. E ancora, Global Sports Director, the second from the USA, dagli Stati Uniti, Nathan Waterfield. Hello, Mr. Waterfield. I giudici di gara, the judges from Great Britain, Andrew Hall. Hello, Mr. Andrew Hall. E ancora, giudice di gara, judge from Romania, Radu Kazaku. Benvenuto, welcome. E andiamo a vedere behind the scenes, dietro le quinte, Competition Control Center, video judge Jules Jansen and Alberto Corbetta. Benvenuti, eccoli qui. Welcome. All right, bene, bene, bene. Allora, andiamo avanti da scaletta. Following up, ladies and gentlemen, dear audience, we are having the competitors just joining us on stage. Allora facciamoci sentire perché è il momento di presentare i rookie in gara questo pomeriggio. From Australia, dall'Australia, Matt Coffey! E un saluto ancora! Ok, ladies and gentlemen, from Belgium, dal Belgio, Camille van der Remdong! All right, eccolo! Very warm welcome. And the next one to come, ecco il prossimo, attenzione, dal Canada, from Canada, Matthew Barr. Ok. Eccolo qui, e non è finita. We are going on. The next one. This is Czech Republic, República Checa. Ivan Babuška. All right. E qui l'adrenalina sale, sale, sale ogni momento che passa, ogni attimo che passa. Now, ladies and gentlemen, signore e signori, dalla Danimarca, from Denmark, Ebse Pedersen. All right, eccolo. Ok, e allora è il momento della rookie della Gran Bretagna. From Great Britain, this is Jack Morris. Eccolo qui, rookie britannico che sale sul palco, saluta i giudici e gli altri. Ne abbiamo 12, siamo al numero 7. This is the 7th athlete we are welcoming for Germany, aus Deutschland, Germania, Team Antova. E adesso andiamo lontano perché è il momento dell'atleta della Nuova Zelanda, from New Zealand, Cleveland Cherry. Hello and welcome in Milano. E anche qui il solito cerimoniale, saluto ai giudici, saluto agli altri corridori per avere poi uno accanto all'altro i campionissimi, giovanissimi Next Generation qui prima di partire per questa grande challenge. And coming up next, per la Polonia, for Poland, Mikołaj Growal. sì, uno dopo l'altro, questi sono i momenti antecedenti alla grande gara, alla grande sfida, è il momento della presentazione dei rookie. Allora adesso vediamo che l'atleta polacco ha preso posizione, allora è il momento della Svizzera, Switzerland, this is Sean Schweiz, Hop die Schweiz, eccolo qui l'elvetico. grande tensione, attimi di suspense, attimi di presentazione, attimi di gioia, attimi che raccolgono in nuce tutto quanto che andrà ad accadere, ma noi non ci fermiamo perché abbiamo l'atleta numero 11, eccolo qui dagli Stati Uniti, from the USA, Kevin Brummer. All right. Ecco qui anche i saluti di rito. Yeah. Vi sento caldi, attenzione. It's not over, this is not the end. We are missing just one. E voi sapete, vi state scaldando, vi voglio scatenati, vi voglio ultra scatenati. Allora, attenzione, perché per l'Italia abbiamo Nicola tre carichi, Nicola Italy. Ecco, salutiamola ancora, facciamoci sentire. And these, ladies and gentlemen, are the rookies challenging one another. And of course, we're gonna following them in the next hour and a half here. Ultima carrellata ancora sugli atleti. Once again, one big view over the rookies. Facciamoci sentire and back to the studio. Ridò la linea allo studio.
Well, thank you very much, Carl. It looks like Milano is already going wild, right?
They're ready for it.
And these athletes, they look like they're ready for the competition. But of course, we want to know, how did they make it to Milano? And that's what we're going to show you right now. I keep hearing.
All right, so as you see, we have 12 athletes going to be on stage today. You met them all already. And just briefly, you saw how we got 4 seeded rookie champions from across the waters, and the rest came in through other forms.
That's the 12 athletes. And of course, we have 3 rounds and 5 disciplines. Ooh. And how this all works out, well, we've got a clip for that as well. How about that?
Format time.
STIHL TIMBERSPORTS Rookie International Championship competition. The International Rookie Championships are held in a 3-round elimination format. In the first round, all rookies compete in 2 disciplines, the underhand chop and the stock saw. The times achieved will be converted into points upon completion of each discipline. In round 1, a single point difference applies in each event. Thus, the fastest athlete receives points equal to the number of athletes in the competition, and the slowest only 1 point. Any rule infraction will result in a disqualification, and the athlete will receive 0 points for that discipline. At the end of the first round, the athletes with the lowest scores are eliminated. Only 8 athletes make it to the second round. In the second round, the remaining athletes compete in the standing block chop and the single buck for increased points. With 2 points difference between placings, the fastest athlete now receives 16 points and the slowest receives 2. The 2 athletes with the lowest total points are eliminated at the end of round 2. Only the top 6 reach the third round. In the third round, anything is still possible on the springboard, as an increased score of 3 points between positions applies in this final round. The fastest athlete can score 18 points in the springboard. The slowest receives 3 points. The athlete who achieves the highest total score across all 3 rounds is the new champion.
And of course, the first discipline is the underhand chop, and we want to take a closer look at the discipline and the axe that our athletes are going to be using.
The axes used in timber sports definitely can't be bought at your local hardware store. Made from special steel, the blade is hand-sanded with an angle of 13 to 16 degrees. It's custom built and carefully adjusted for each competition. The weight is around 3 kilos and it's about 80 centimeters long. The blade is so sharp that you could shave with it. Underhand chop. In the past, the underhand chop technique was used to split logs. Standing on a horizontally anchored block, the athletes use an axe to cut through a 30-centimeter log. The block has to be worked from both sides.
And that means we are ready to take a closer look at the starting list. In Heat 1, we're going to see Matthew Budd take on Tim Anthofer.
Yeah, Matt Budd won the 2023 Rookie Championship for Canada, so that's why he qualified through those 4 overseas athletes. Tim Anthofer is an interesting character, though. He's the winner of the Italian Rookie Cup 23, the Czech Rookie Cup 23. He got 4th place at the National Rookie Championships for Germany in 2023. I mean, he is ready to go. He is fit. He is looking very good. Matthew Budd, he's going to have his work cut out for him going up against Tim Anthofer, but I will say that they've got different wood that they're using quite frequently over in Canada, so that's something that a lot of the international athletes have to deal with when they arrive here, slightly harder wood. So let's see how these two guys go up against each other, Matt Budd and Tim Anthofer. Remember, these guys have to cut through that block from both sides, so you'll see them get 7-8 hits on that first side and switch over to the other side and try and get through as quickly as possible. Here we go.
Stand to your timber. 3, 2, 1, go!
Nice pre-start by Tim Anthofer, and Matthew Budd getting in there with some good pace right away. He's very quick to the axe, got a little bit sticky, maybe too much power on that hit, and he switched it over to the second side quickly.
Wow.
Matt Budd looking good, and this is a very good start for the Canadian. Tim Anthofer on his second side, struggling a little bit with the sticky axe, and Matt Budd is through, and he's got a personal best of 20:43. That is an unbelievable increase, or a decrease on his time. His original personal best was 40 seconds. He murdered that personal best by 19-20 seconds. Unbelievable. Tim Anthofer with a 27:23 on that one. Matt Budd looking fantastic
And
right out of the gate.
That's not a bad time at all.
No, that's a fantastic time. 20:03 after adjustment. We just got the official check mark here, so that's a really nice time by Matthew Budd. Great job. And our Canadian fan club that's just down below our location here, absolutely turning on the spit there as they are screaming and yelling for him through that heat.
That's a great start into the competition, personal best. Milano is ready, and obviously our athletes are too.
And we've got some good wood today. We've been watching the trainings earlier on, the time trials. The wood
I hope I pronounced this correctly. The local hero is going to be on stage, and he's taking on Jack Morris.
Yeah, Jack Morris is an interesting character. I like this kid. He's got a lot of skill. He's struggled a little bit with injuries the last couple of seasons. Nothing major, you know, mostly it's just elbow, wrist, those kinds of things. But I talked to him earlier, he says he's feeling good, he's feeling healthy, he's feeling fit. So this should be a really good battle. Tail of the tape actually has a slight advantage going to Jack Morris, who holds the rookie national record for Great Britain.
Yeah, but we've seen the support of the Italian fans, and that has been amazing, even though the competition hasn't even started yet. So I would say anything and everything is possible in this heat number 2.
Okay, gentlemen. Athletes, ready. Stand to your timber. 3, 2, 1, go!
All right, right away. Trekariki got a little bit of a sticky axe, and Jack Morris is getting in there with speed. He's got pace. He's going to be over to the other side fairly quickly, I believe. Trekariki getting stuck in there a couple of times. Morris on the second side of his block already getting through. He's got a wide open angle on that one. Trekariki now about 7-8 drivers behind Morris on that second side. As Jack Morris' advantage comes into play here, a few more drivers for him, and he is through at 25.64. That is a nice time for Jack Morris, not his personal best. 2 seconds off pace there. And Trekariki with a 32.16. Both of those times are unofficial right now until our judge gives a thumbs up. But everything looks good to go for both of these guys at this point. Jack Morris, if his time stands, will have the second fastest time of the day so far.
I don't think that Nicola is going to be too happy about this, to be honest.
No, but he's definitely been faster by 7 seconds in the past. Uh-oh. And there's a lot of looking at this. Oh, it looks like he might have cut into the footholds, which could be a devastating hit for Trekariki, because he's going to be disqualified if that is the case. And that would be really a terrible start for the young man from Italy.
Of course, it means he would only be disqualified in the underhand chop, not receiving points in this discipline.
However, this cut is good.
Oh, there we have it.
So that was definitely a cut foothold. So this is one of those things that the rule book says this is also a safety measure for these athletes on stage. Even though they are wearing chainmail socks under their very soft shoes, they're not allowed to cut into that foothold where they stand. So if they do, that means it's a disqualification. Look at the start here. Trekariki got stuck, and Jack Morris had 2 hits in already by the time Trekariki got his axe out. And there is that point where you see that cut foothold, and that was unfortunate for the Italian. You know, there's a lot of pressure on the local guys to perform here, and it really makes it difficult for them. And you gotta give them respect out there. And the last couple of drivers here from Jack Morris to get through that block. You can see those shoes are very soft, and if that axe hit those shoes without those chainmail socks, we got a half a foot there instead of 1.
And talking about the pressure, we've seen it happen so many times. It's great to have the audience behind you, but of course, it's an extra pressure. And this sport is so brutal. You know, one mistake and things start to get really, really difficult. We're in heat number 3 with Gavin Brombach against Mikolaj Grönwald. That's going to be an interesting one, if you ask me. If you look at the personal bests, they're very, very close together.
Gavin got 7th place last year in Rotterdam at the Rookie World Championships 2023. He's the national rookie champion. Mikolaj Grönwald, well, I mean, his family is basically living, breathing, eating, and sleeping timber sports. His younger brother is competing in the pro level now. His father competes, and the whole family is are insanely good athletes.
Yeah, and last year his brother won the Rookie World Championship in Rotterdam.
3, 2, 1, go!
So Mikolaj looking to do the same thing for himself this year as his brother did last year. Gavin Brumbaugh looking very good on the first side of his block. A little bit of a sticky axe there, although I think he should be switching over fairly quickly. Mikolaj already onto the other side. And look at the pace at which he's hitting right now. That is quick for Mikolaj Grönwald. Could we have a really good time here for the young man from Poland? It looks like it's going to be good. Oh, 22.57. Of course, that's unofficial, and I think in this case it's going to be higher. Yep, it went up to 23.46. Brumbaugh, excuse me, with a 26.10. Now again, these times are unofficial right off the hop. We have to wait for the last camera look at those, and to make sure our competition control center and Schul Janssen and the guys down there readjust to make sure we have a really accurate time.
Okay, congratulations. Both cuts are good.
Both cuts are good. A fantastic time by Mikolaj Grönwald. That puts him in 2nd place, just ahead of Jack Morris in the underhand chop. And Gavin Brumbaugh with a 25.67 sits in 4th place, just behind Jack Morris. So it's a nice little mix that's going on here, and we're seeing some really, really nice talent on stage right now for these rookies.
to be underestimate that. But great slow-mos again that we're getting delivered here from our cameras.
Yeah, the camera crew are second to none here for these events, and they really get themselves into those precarious positions. You know, the guys will be sitting down there, Booma and crew on stage with their faces being completely filled with sawdust, getting those fantastic shots on those really, really crazy angles, yeah? And there you can see, I don't know what happened there. Mikolai had a really slow start, lined up, and then we could see this cut here from Mikolai. It's very thin, that first cookie, and I think it might have been the first cookie that was the problem cookie, but I'm not 100% sure. So, yeah, unfortunately, we see the results there for Stocksaw. Now we should be able to also see the change in the overall standings. Let's not forget, we're taking the top 8 athletes into round number 2.
And look at the number of personal bests that we got to see.
All right. Beautiful mountain shots, and then, yeah, us.
And then us too.
Here we go.
So there we have it. In round 1, points are being added together from Underhand, Chop, and Stocksaw. And yeah, we've got Bud, Coffee, Bambushka, Van Remdonk, Cherry, Ursh, Morris, and Anthofer, just like I said before. Drake Ariki just falling out of this, having the 11 points that Morris and Anthofer also has, but with the DQ, of course, a slower overall time, and that's why we have to say goodbye, and that is a bit sad, if I may say so.
Absolutely, and actually I'm quite surprised to see Mikolai Grunwald go out, and I'm also quite surprised to see Espen Petersen go out. But I mean, that's what's happening these days. You know, 5 years ago, the rookies would have been all over the map with their skill levels. Now they're so close together, it's literally millimeters and milliseconds that are making the difference between these guys getting into the next round and being eliminated, like we see. 4 absolutely fantastic athletes will have to now sit there and watch their compatriots on stage and do their thing.
And this gives us the chance to relax, to breathe, and have a short commercial break before we return for round number 2. Yep, we are ready for round number 2, and of course our judges now have to find out what the heats are going to look like, which might make a little difference as we are getting closer and closer towards round number 3. We've got the discipline standing block chop coming up. We'll tell you all about this in just a moment. But for now, Troy, how's it been for you so far? You mentioned those athletes, you know, getting better and better, getting closer together. It has been quite a change over the last few years.
Well, if you watch the way that the athletes have developed over the last few years, you're not seeing these massive guys that are basically just throwing, nice, that are just throwing everything at it that they have. They're very fit athletes, and even if they are bigger guys, they're super fit. You can see how quickly they move. They're agile. You know, we've seen some guys that are, you know, in my weight class and above, that are moving around like cats on these springboards. Later on, we'll see the springboard with one board with these rookies. But, you know, the fitness level of these guys has gone through the roof, and we're seeing that with the rookies through the pros. And this is the next generation of athletes that are going to be the pros, and they're the ones to watch today to see who's going to be the stars of next year.
And we've just seen that the heats are ready, and of course we want to tell you everything you need to know about the next discipline. So take a closer look.
Standing block chop. At the standing block chop, the felling of a tree with an axe is simulated. A vertically positioned wooden block with a diameter of 27 centimeters has to be cut through from both sides. A powerful and precise swing with the axe is the premise of a good result.
8 athletes remaining. That means we have 4 more heats coming up, and the first heat is between Tim Anthofer and Jack Morris.
So Jack Morris and Tim Anthofer, by tail of the tape, are really, really evenly matched up. Jack Morris with the national record for rookies. And you can see here, Tim with a 19.56, Jack Morris with a 19.33. So slight advantage to Jack Morris. Tim Anthofer is a bigger man, though. He's got a bit more power. But like I said earlier, it's not necessarily all about power. You got to find those exactly right angles, and you actually have to put the axe in accurately. And if you have accurate hits, then you're going to be faster through the block. Absolutely.
Okay, gentlemen.
Look at those axes.
Ready.
Oh, wow.
Sharp. Here we go.
And that first heat, that is always the most exciting one, if you ask me.
All right, Jack Morris is really good at this discipline, by the way. He is a solid young man. He's small, but very powerful. And he's already over to the other side. Now, the question is, was his choice to go over to the other side after
Maybe
6 or
too
7
early.
hits? Might have been a bit too early. Tim Anthofer well behind, though, moving on to the second side, but he got a bit more work done on that first side. But it's looking good for Jack Morris. Oh! One final blow, 2 maybe. No, it's going to be more. He's got a thread that's hanging on. 25.78 for Jack Morris. That's well off his personal best. Oh, no! And Tim Anthofer broke the axe handle. He's got to go and get his backup axe. That kills his time massively, and that means he's going to keep going, but his time is going to be way off the mark.
And
one more driver, and
he
he is off with 42.54. Ah, that is a devastating one for Tim. That axe handle just broke on that second to last driver, and he had to go over and get the backup axe. This is the reason why we have those axes up there. Boy, he really hammered it there. I wonder if he actually hit the handle on the way in on the block, or if something else was going on with that axe. Those are expensive tools to break like that as well.
And hopefully we're going to see how it happened in the slow motion. Both cuts are good. That's
at least something.
That's a good thing about this heat, but
42.08 though for Tim Anthofer. That's like double plus a bit that his normal time. So yeah, that's a real unfortunate situation for the German.
And he knew it was over. You could see him walk over to the axe, not speeding.
Yeah, he didn't run or anything like that. There's no point in risking it. I mean, if you've got something else on the line and you know you can really make a difference, then
keep on coming in. Camille van Remdonk against Ivan Bambushka.
Yeah, this is definitely Camille's discipline. National record with 12.48. This young man can swing this axe like crazy. Now, I don't want to jinx him because I feel like I might have jinxed him on the underhand chop where he wasn't as strong as I thought he was going to be. But you know, the kid can swing him. Ivan Bambushka on the other side of the stage, far side from our position here in the white and red jersey. Czech Republic being represented very well here.
Okay, gentlemen. Athletes ready.
Stand to your timber. 3, 2, 1, go!
So keep a close eye on both of them. Look at how quick they're swinging the axe. This seems to be the trend. And Camille van Remdonk does not like that block. Again, got a few chips hanging there, and he needs to get those out of the way. And you can see the power these guys are putting into that. Whoa! Camille van Remdonk done in 13.04. Ivan Bambushka in 16.11.
What on earth is going on at the moment?
Nice times, and that means Camille van Remdonk will unofficially take over the top spot just ahead of Cleveland Cherry. Ivan Bambushka slips into 4th place there, just ahead of Jack Morris. And remember, we're only taking the top 6 guys from round 2, and that is this discipline, the standing block chop, and the single buck before we send them to the single board springboard.
Okay,
So
that pace was ridiculous.
Absolutely.
Awesome. And the crowd really enjoying this at the moment.
Yeah, so one more heat to go here in this discipline, standing block chop, and that's heat number 4, but we'll take a look at the slow-mos before then with these beautiful towers in the background. Somebody mentioned to me the other day that it's a little bit like Dubai in the middle of Milan.
Yeah, not far off.
So there you can see
Even in slow motion, this is fast.
Yeah, I mean, this is much faster than my speed. You can see here the difference in the hits. Camille van Remdonk taking 13 hits to get that done, and Ivan Bambushka 14 hits. Again, you can see going in a bit flat on those last 2 drivers before he goes over to the other side. So this is what happens when you get a bit tired. Oh, and that was a big problem there for Camille. He could have been a bit faster, but he had a big chip that slabbed away, and that left a large piece of the block still standing there. He had a quick look at the time. He's like, and he also looked at Radu Kasagu, the other judge on stage, to make sure that there was no hand going back to the flag, you know?
So there's heat number 4, just like you mentioned. And it is, of course, Australia versus Canada. Matt Coffey taking on Matthew Budd.
These guys were the 2 guys at the top of the rankings coming into this discipline, so will they be able to retake the top spot, and who will be on the number 1 spot? At the moment, Matthew Budd from Canada was holding on to the top spot, so if he can get a good time here and be slightly faster than Matt Coffey, we may see that hold, but anything can happen in this sport, so let's see.
Okay, gentlemen. Athletes ready.
Stand to your timber. 3, 2, 1, go!
So right away, Matthew Budd getting into it, and oh, he's a bit slow getting to that second side compared to Matt Coffey. Matt Coffey looking good. He might get through there quick. Oh, personal best 14 seconds. Matt Budd still working on that second side. He slipped through that one. He's got to really work on that one thread that's holding on, a 23.3. So he improves significantly over his previous personal best time of 27, but not quite fast enough. So I believe Matt Coffey should take over the top spot in the overall standings here after the standing block chop. Oh yeah, and the time, I'm looking at that right now. That time, because it was 21:31, even though it was a personal best, it slips Matthew Budd down fairly significantly in the standings to 6th place.
So if our maths is correct, in the overall standing, that would put Matthew Budd into 4th position, and Matt Coffey staying on top with 33 points.
Excuse me, I lied, not 6th, 4th. You're absolutely correct, but I'm not a math guy, so there you go.
Yeah, but he's 6th in the standing block chop, so you're And one thing is for sure, the top 5 athletes are very, very close together.
Yeah. So we're waiting for the next graphic to pop in here. Hopefully we'll get that. Here we go, the overall standings. There we go. So Matt Coffey and Cleveland Cherry on the top 2 spots. Camille van Remdonk sitting in 3rd place. So bodes well for Camille van Remdonk, who was one of my favorites to really do well this year. He hasn't been on point with the underhand chop. He was very good in the stock saw. He looked really good in the standing block chop. So he is definitely still in the mix.
Seems to be getting better and better.
He seems to be getting it better and better. And I do know that Camille has a very good single buck, speaking of.
Oh, and that is one of your favorites,
Yeah,
right?
my favorite.
The misery whip.
The misery whip. Oh.
Let's take a closer look at the next discipline.
The 2-meter-long cross-cut saw used for the single buck discipline is made especially for competition. A series of consistently patterned 10-centimeter-long teeth are cut with a laser on one side of the saw and then hand-sharpened. Saw teeth are divided into 2 types, cutters and rakers, just like on the old-school saws. The saw weighs about 5 kilos and its base price starts at around 1,500 euros. Single buck. The single buck is a one-man saw about 2 meters long. With this, the athletes have to cut off a complete disc of a 46-centimeter thick wooden block. The perfect interplay between rhythm and strength is the key to success.
So there we have the heats that are coming up in the single buck. Tim Anthofer versus Jack Morris. Sean Oesch against Cleveland Cherry. Camille van Remdonk against Ivan Babushka. And Matt Coffey taking on Matthew Butt. And the first heat is ready.
Yeah, this is a fun one. I mean, you can't mess around with this saw. 2 meters long,
I like that.
cross-cut saw. You got to be good. Jack Morris actually was helping me out in the British Championships when I cut the single buck there with the media crew, and he was screaming in my ear, "Come on, Troy, come on!" So it was a lot of fun, and I hope to do that again when we go back to Great Britain there. And you can see Tim Anthofer getting set with his saw. Look at those teeth, the cutters and the sweepers, yeah? And you know, the angle is so important here. If you angle that saw even slightly, it will hook up on the edge of the wood and stop abruptly, and then it is a bear to restart. So you don't want to have that thing stopping at all. You want to keep that thing flowing, and you want to keep movement on that saw. It's like a dance with a deadly piece of material.
Okay, gentlemen. Athletes, ready.
Stand to your timber. 3, 2, 1, go!
Oh, very nice start by Jack Morris there. Tim Anthofer, it took him a little bit to get started, but Jack Morris is using that saw really efficiently. Very nice cut so far for Morris as he's just passing the 10-second mark, and he gets a season best, personal best 11.36. Morris ripping it, and a personal best of 59.9 for Tim Anthofer. Great job by both of these guys, first of all, to get those PBs, but Jack Morris absolutely blisteringly fast. And 2 different styles here as well. You can see Tim Anthofer a little bit shorter on his cuts, but quick, and Jack Morris using the entire length of that saw to really be efficient.
Both cuts are good.
And Anthofer, if he wouldn't have had the hiccup at the beginning,
He would have been fast. He would have been much faster, I think. I mean, you could also count that little hookup and start hiccup, as you said, as maybe 1 to 1.5 seconds, right? So that's a difference maker in a big way. Let's get back into those replays and take a look here how things started for both of these guys.
and full credit to Jack Morris. That was
It was
amazing.
a real
really.
nice cut.
He looked flashy from the very first till the very last second. That was impressive. Let's hopefully get some slow-mos from that heat. Here we go.
So you can see there, he's using the entire length of the saw. Get that
for
saw
him
going.
and worked a treat.
Yeah, but Matthew Budd, we saw that saw got stuck quite a few times at the top of his cut, so that was really the problem for him. Matt Coffey did a great job to keep that saw moving, though, and Matthew Budd and Matt Coffey are going to be going at each other all day long, I believe. It's going to be two guys that are going to be really battling hard for the positions in the overall standings right now. I keep saying Matthew Budd in 4th place, Matt Coffey in the top spot. So Matthew Budd's got a work cut out for him, and we're going to see here the single buck results.
Look at that. Seasonal best, personal best, seasonal best, personal best, personal best, personal best, personal best. I'm not going to get tired of mentioning this.
No, never, ever. I love the fact that Jack Morris, as diminutive as he is, had the 2nd fastest time, and let's see how that affects our overall standings here. Remember, we're taking the top 6 athletes here into the next round, so let's look at that.
I'm following the race a little bit. Yeah, a little bit. And second, how did you prepare for this challenge tonight?
So Jack Morris just squeaks into the final, and the final is going to be the springboard, and we're going to see Cleveland Cherry, Matthew Budd, Camille van Remdonk, Ivan Bambushkar, and Matt Coffey all going on to the final. And the final, like I said, is the springboard with a single board.
Can't wait for that. That's one of my absolute favorite disciplines.
Yeah, it's a finicky one. The springboard is so many things happening all at the same time with the springboard. You can't mess around there at all. Now with the rookies, it's not like with the pros where you have 2 springboards at a super high level. The rookies have a single springboard, and this is a matter of in the last couple of years, the springboard has been introduced to the rookies so that they get a chance to work into the springboard discipline slower, so that when they do get to the pro level, they are adept at putting the board in and being able to put a second board in and cutting from 2 meters up.
And somebody that knows all about this discipline, of course, is Matt Koga, and
yes.
he is with Carlo at this very moment, I hope. Guys, over to you.
Hello, we are here now in the live stream, and I'm honored to have a quick interview with Matt Koga. Salutiamo Matt Koga, il campione del mondo 2019, World Trophy winner 2019. So, talking about you, how do you prepare for tonight is the second question. The first question, I just saw that you followed the Rookies World Championship. What did you see up to now? What are the next gen timber sports aces looking like?
It's an exciting time to be watching some of these rookies going. I mean, they're the next generation that's going to take over the sport. And they're amazing races going on. You know, there's a lot of nerves, I'm sure, but yeah, that's all part of the competition. And you know, there's a lot of personal bests getting laid down, and yeah, it's awesome to watch. And there's a lot of excitement built behind it.
Malgrado il fatto che poi fra poco stasera lui andrà in gara, è riuscito a seguire la gara, dice che è veramente è stato sorpreso da quanto di buono è riuscito a vedere. Questi sono i campioni di domani, dice, e quanti personal best, cioè quanti primati personali stanno a certificare la qualità di questi atleti a venire. So, in a couple of hours, it's your turn. World Trophy 2024, you being the winner 2019 of this trophy, that means that you're one of the favorites. How did you prepare for tonight?
I spent a lot of time just practicing the actual skill sets. So like going through the chopping disciplines, through the sawing disciplines, making sure I got everything under control, and then start working on the fitness. And so I actually made a hybrid program where I would do ski erg for 30 seconds, single buck, come back and do 30 seconds more of ski erg. And that was sort of the same feeling as the standing block finish. And I would do several rounds of that in preparation. So that kind of gives me the same feel as hopefully race number 4.
Dice che appunto ha un programma misto dove per appunto si prepara in primis sulle varie discipline che poi abbiamo visto oggi, e in secondo luogo ha anche un programma di fitness che lo porta appunto a simulare la gara, quindi da una parte le discipline, dall'altra parte il programma di fitness, di energia, di building up poi la sua power per arrivare preparatissimo questa sera. Good luck, thank you for the interview, and big hands for him from the audience. Facciamoci sentire Matt Kogar, USA.
I couldn't have said it better myself, to be honest. Matt Kogar seems to be very, very prepared. Definitely a man to watch tonight.
Andiamo, Matt, andiamo.
Sì. Yes.
Sì.
We've seen a lot of things happening down there, and you kept mentioning the wood. The wood is good. What does that mean?
Well, the wood is good. I mean, this wood gets prepared months in advance so that the logs are all the same size. They're all fair. It's drawn by lottery. A lot of people look at this and go, wow, you guys are wasting a lot of material out there. But that's not actually the case. The wood is prepared and grown, and it's all very sustainable. All of the stuff that you see blown off the stage is collected afterwards. I mean, I could go on and on and on about how it is, but let's
rather watch a video
and watch a video of how it actually works with our sustainable wood. Yeah.
We as STIHL Timbersports pride ourselves that all wood is sustainably grown, harvested and recycled to minimise the overall amount of wood processed. After all our STIHL competitions, all the spent wood is collected and recycled right down to the wood chips and sawdust, which, for example, is converted into renewable energy in the form of wood pellets for biomass.
There's still some wild out there, but to look for it, you need something that can look adventure in the eye. Something built wild. You need a Bronco.
A lot of things happening here at STIHL Timbersports, not only today. For me, this was like the big opening with the Rookies World Championship, and of course tonight, the STIHL Timbersports World Trophy. Make sure to join us from 6 p.m. But a few other events coming up, and I think we've got the schedule that we can show you so you don't miss out. So, I mean, look at that.
I mean, this has been busy all season long to get to this point, just to open up our Rookie World Championship and the World Trophy. Coming up in June, we've got the British Championships in Malvern, Great Britain. That is such a fun time up there. Then, of course, the U.S. Championships in Milwaukee, USA. The French pros in, you say that name because I can't, I'm going to butcher it.
Saint-Gaudens in France.
Saint-Gaudens. Then in September, we've got the European Trophy from Bellezona, Switzerland. In November, the Team World Championship in Toulouse. And of course, the Individual World Championship in Toulouse. Always fantastic locations for each of these events. Last year, the World Championship happened at the home of STIHL in Stuttgart, and this year we're jumping over to France, so it's going to be a fantastic season.
Talking about fantastic, our next discipline, the Springboard. If you want to know more about that, of course we've got that coming up as well, so enjoy.
Springboard simulates the traditional way of felling trees by climbing up over thick branches. First, a notch, known as a pocket, is chopped into the log. The springboard is then anchored into this pocket. Now the athlete will climb up onto the springboard to chop a 27-centimeter wooden block from both sides at the top of the log.
All right.
Here we go with the final heats of the STIHL Timbersports Rookie World Championship 2024. Jack Morris taking on Cleveland Cherry. In heat number 2, we're going to see Matthew Budd compete against Camille van Remdonk. And finally, in heat number 3, it's going to be Ivan Bambushka against Matt Coffey. Your favorites?
Okay, I was just going to say 3 guys to keep an eye on here. Definitely Camille van Remdonk, definitely Jack Morris, and most definitely Cleveland Cherry. So the 3 guys that you see on the top of the start list here. It's a tough one to call because it's such a finicky discipline. You've got to set that board in place. If the board's sagging and you don't feel comfortable on it, you're going to be up forward on the board and you're going to be hammering away at the thing like this. It doesn't give you any power. If you're in the back, then you can really push off of that back, right? I'm knocking our studio down here. You can really push off of that back foot and put power into the hit and work that top block. Luckily, these guys have only one board, so there's no risk of them falling down from on high like the pros do at 2 meters in height with those sharp tools in their hands. But it's still dangerous. These guys have to set those boards. They have to set them properly. They need to be certified as well. These rookies need to be certified in this discipline before they can actually participate in this discipline. And that is a result of these guys training with all of our experts and pros and our judges, and making sure that they have everything they need to be able to put this discipline to bed without too much risk. There's always going to be risk. That's the way it is in this sport. But
that's the original extreme sport.
It's trying to minimize the risk as much as possible. But these guys are really on point, and this is one of the most difficult disciplines to master because it takes so long to set that pocket sometimes, and that's where it kills your time. But we'll see how these guys do. I'm really looking forward to this discipline with these rookies.
And of course, it is the decider to find out who's going to be the STIHL Timbersports Rookie World Champion 2024. There we see the wonderful trophy that awaits the winner of today. And yeah, I know everybody on stage is getting prepared to make sure that everything is going to work perfectly and is fair for all our competitors. 3 more heats, and that's it. And then we'll know
3 more heats, and that's
who's going to take home the trophy.
The guys are going to need to build a new fireplace mantle for these trophies. They're getting bigger and bigger every year. I mean, the amount of effort that goes into building these trophies is almost as much as the guys that build the stages here. It's crazy.
Very special every time.
They're beautiful trophies. They're individual every single time per event. So whoever builds these trophies, big kudos and shouts out to them because they do a fantastic job.
And I think we just saw the hashtag STIHLTimbersports, the hashtag KissMyAxe.
Love that hashtag. It's my favorite one, KissMyAxe.
Always happy to see your pictures, your videos of the events, yeah, and to share with the rest of the community. And that is a big and wonderful community. And 2 of these members are going to go into heat number 1 now. Jack Morris taking on Cleveland Cherry in our heat number 1 in the Springboard competition.
So you can see when they set up these boards, when we go to the shot of our stage, there is the board that's specially shaped, and then the tooth at the end of the board with that metal tab that holds on to the wood. So they have to set that pocket really well so that tab will lock into place. If there's any junk inside the pocket, if there's any slough or leftover material that's loose from the chop, then that will cause the board to sag and slip and not bite the way it should.
And we don't want that. We do not want that, no.
So the perfect pocket is going to be 4 hits, board in, and get working on that top block. And again, they got to cut through that 27-centimeter block from both sides. And what you'll see here that's different than the standing block chop is they'll go very, very, very deep on the first side and then switch to an odd angle on the back side and cut through with maybe 1 or 2 hits if they're lucky.
Gentlemen,
here we go.
Athletes, ready.
Stand to your timber. 3, 2, 1, go!
All right, Jack Morris has got a 4-hit pocket there. Cleveland Cherry working to try and get that pocket clean. He's at 8 hits now, and Jack Morris has got a real nice board. Now, it's flat. Cleveland Cherry's board has got a bit more angle, so he can take that back foot and step out to the back of the board, which is very good. Jack Morris has got the advantage of having started a little bit earlier, but Cleveland Cherry's got, I think, the better position on the board so he can drive more power into that top block. So it could be a very close decision here between these two, who is going to have the faster time. Cleveland is switching off to that odd angle now. You can see that he's hammering away on that backside. Jack Morris trying to get to that second side, now just moving over to the second side.
There we go.
Cleveland Cherry drops it in a personal best, 47.54, under a minute for Cleveland Cherry. Jack Morris, who is definitely more solid on this discipline than what he's showing here today. He got a lot of steps in that block.
Stays under a minute.
Yeah, but he's got it at 59.39, so that's a personal best for him as well. Great job by both of these guys, and I know that both of them have been working really hard on this discipline, especially Jack, because he knows that this is going to be a discipline that has to come naturally to him later on.
31 seconds improvement for Jack Morris. That is ridiculous. Brilliant stuff.
Yeah, massive improvement. Love to see that stuff. It's great. So the times are being made official now, 58.85 for Jack, and Cleveland's got a 47.49. So Jack had the good pocket. He really got it in there quick. It was a 4-hit pocket, so it doesn't get much better than that. But he did have a bit of a sag on his board. It wasn't bad. It was like flat. Flat is good. A small angle is a little bit better because you can step out and can really use the spring in the name Springboard to work that upper block and really cut properly. So you can see here that last driver from Cleveland Sherry. You got to be real careful in this discipline too that you don't wrench the block off. So sometimes you'll see if a flag goes down on the play, more often than not, especially when they're at the top there, it's because the axe is hit and they've twisted the axe and not cut through, but they've broken it off. So that's going to be a DQ if they are called for wrenching. You can see here, I believe that's Cleveland Sherry side. Now you can see it was a nice position by Jack there, and he got it was 90 degrees, I would say, flat, not bad. Cleveland's board was just a little bit more angle, but there you can see it was a very steppy cut on that first side. And obviously Jack didn't feel really confident on the board because he's forward on the board, and that's where you get to lose a lot of that power because you're chopping from your chest and your waist, and you're not chopping from the hips and your legs. And that's tiring too. You can see he's breathing heavy. You know, he's a fit kid, but he's breathing heavy after that.
I mean,
discipline.
look at his biceps. This this man is really fit, but this is so tiring.
But you also have to think about, look at Camille van Remdonk. He is a very slender guy, but he's got power for days. And the difference between guys that have huge muscles and a lot of power is your body needs to feed those muscles with oxygen, and the heavier you are and the more muscle you have, the more drama your body has in feeding that oxygen, right? So if you're fit and you're thin and your cardio is good and you've got wiry, long but strong muscles, you're going to be at an advantage to a guy who's a beast with a lot of power, but not a lot of endurance.
And look at the amount of people working on that stage, making sure that all our competitors get a perfect environment for their competition. That's
well, they've got about as important a job as it gets out there, because any kind of slough or sawdust or wood chips that lie around on the stage can cause a real safety issue for the athletes. So they're akin to the medical crew here for the stage. You know, they keep that stage healthy so our athletes can stay safe up there, because you know, if you're moving around the standing block chop and you slip on a piece of wood and fall down with a razor sharp axe in your hand, you got a bit of a problem, right?
Yes, you do. So you can hear the crowd getting loud again. It's heat number 2, Matthew Budd versus Camille van Remdonk, and the Canadian fans are really loud now.
Yeah. So definite advantage here by tail of the tape goes to Camille van Remdonk. He's got 36 and change, national record. The kid is absolutely unbelievable in this discipline. You wouldn't expect a guy who's brand new on this discipline to be this good right away, but he is focused, he is motivated, and he is very, very good. Personal best time for Matthew Budd, 106.02. Looking to see that improve here today. And you know he's been working on this with the anticipation of the single board, single buck being in the competition.
This is the moment where the athletes can feel the pressure. Steel Timber Sports Rookie World Championship 2024.
Now you can see our cameramen on stage.
Okay,
sure that they got all the good views. There's Puma with that angle on Matthew Budd's side.
3, 2, 1, go!
Wow, Camille van Remdonk, he had a whole bunch of hits there, cleaned that pocket, quick got up on his board. He is feeling confident and good. He's up top and already working. Wow, Matthew Budd wanted to do some house cleaning, had to reset that pocket. He didn't feel confident with the way the board went in, and now he's gonna get that board in place, but it's sagging badly. He needs to get to work up there.
Van Remdonk is going wild.
And that is a massive sag for Matthew Budd. Van Remdonk, meanwhile, is getting close to getting through that block on the second side. Might have gotten to start chopping on the awkward angle a little bit sooner than later, and he's got it done in 39.71. Not his personal best, but not that far off the mark either. Matthew Budd, however, has got a lot of problems there because he needs to get that board back in place. He recut the pocket. Now that pocket looks much better, but he is going to be way, way, way past the time, and he risks now going over time and getting disqualified here. And you can see he's in really close to the block, so he's depending a lot on his upper body to make the cuts. And the tiredness that he's got, that fatigue from working to try and get that block in place, you can see how far forward he is on that board. He just doesn't have the power. The Canadian team just below us here, providing a lot of support. But he's got to get this done in under 2 minutes. Otherwise, that's going to be a DQ for a timeout.
Oh, he will. He will.
I think it's 2 minutes for the rookies. Yeah. So he's fighting it hard, and he's done it. He's got one little piece he's got to get done there. I think it's going to go to like 139 after adjustment, but 138.45 is unofficial at the moment. 39.71 for Camille van Remdonk. What a jump up in the rankings for him there. And that could mean good things for him with 56 points, but Ivan Bambushkar and Matt Coffey are still to come. This is going to be a very, very hard battle for those two guys, with Camille having such a fantastic springboard. And this is a tactic here as well. Camille knows that he's good in all the other disciplines, but he knows he's fantastic in springboard.
Okay, congratulations.
He just needed to get here, and he has really thrown down the gauntlet, and he is looking relieved there.
And he's enjoying that. Love that.
Right now, there's nothing else that he can really do except hope that Matt Coffey doesn't get
7
any
points
more
yes.
than 6 points or 7 points, yeah? But I mean, at this point, it's moot unless Matt Coffey, Matt Coffey gets a DQ. pocket in the same or roughly the same time as Matt Coffey, his time would have been significantly less, because when he actually started cutting that top block, he was quick through.
So there's the final standing here in the springboard discipline. As just mentioned, Coffey taking that one with 18 points, Van Remdonk getting 50 points, and Cherry claiming 12, Morris 9, Butt 6, and Bambushka 3 points, which brings us to an overall ranking that has Matt Coffey right on top. He is the new Steel Timber Sports Rookie World Champion 2024. So it's Coffey in gold, Van Remdonk claiming silver, and Cherry taking home bronze. And of course, we want to hear what Matt Coffey, the new Rookie World Champion, has to say. And if I am not mistaken, he's standing right next to Carlo. Carlo, let's hear it from the new Rookie World Champion.
Yes, hello, here we are live on stage with a new Rookie World Champion, Matt Coffey from Australia, 22 years young. What an emotion, what a finish, what are the feelings that are coming up now for you?
Just a lot of feelings, a lot of happiness and joy, just a lot of hard work gone into this, and yeah, it's all come together.
E dice che è felicissimo, tanta gioia, tante emozioni che sta provando adesso per la vincita di questo trofeo. How, when did you just feel it could be your day today?
Felt good from the start after the underhand, and then yeah, just all sort of fell together after that.
Dice che dopo l'underhand diceva che me la sentivo nelle gambe che oggi sarebbe andata, avrebbe potuto finire così la gara, e poi alla fine ce l'ho fatta. This last performance, you came up last and it was on the verge winning or not. Did you just keep a clear mind, or did you just tremble a little bit?
Oh, just think about the event that's going on, and yeah, just worry about the board hole, and then once you're up on top, you worry about it then.
Ok, ha detto all in anche per quest'ultima disciplina Springboard, e quindi è andata bene, sono contento. Congratulations to Matt Coffey, Australia, the new world champion, Steel Timber Sports 2024. Back to the studio.
Thank you, Carlo. What a cool dude. For the first time, I've seen him smile, you know.
Yeah, he let the emotions out. Ever so tiny amount there at the end, but
yeah, it was nice to see.
It was nice, you know. It's a little bit of a laid-back dude.
Not only a nice man, yeah. He's a laid-back, really cool dude, and a worthy champion. Congrats from our side. That was absolutely amazing. Great performance. What a winner.
Yeah, he kept it consistent all day long. Little hiccup here, little hiccup there, but that's rookies, you know. They learn as they go, and we're going to see a lot of fantastic pros coming up in the next years when these guys start to develop into the next level of play. And what we saw there on that springboard from Matt is a sign that a lot of the guys that are doing springboard now in the double board are going to be really shaking in their boots, because that was impressive.
So some of the pros watching, I'm sure they have exactly that feeling that we were just talking about. And of course, we can't wait for the winner's ceremony that is coming up in just a few moments. So it's back down to Carlo, and yeah, let's do this.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we just want to thank to all of the finishers, all participants of this Rookie World Championship 2024 in Milan. And thank you to Espen Pedersen, Gavin Brumbo, Nikolai Grönwald, Nicola Trecarichi. Vi voglio sentire. Tim Anthoff, Sean Osh, Jack Morris, Ivan Bambuskar, and Matthew Butt. Grazie tante. Thank you so much for participating and making this event such a heart-beating event. And now, ladies and gentlemen, adesso, signore e signore, we had a fantastic competition, and we welcome you in Milan at the Convention Center Miko for the prize-giving ceremony. Allora è il momento topico finale della premiazione dei Steel Timbersport Rookie Campionati del Mondo World Championship 2024. Let's start with the official award ceremony. On third place, terza posizione, winner of the bronze medal, medaglia di bronzo, representing New Zealand per la Nuova Zelanda, Cleveland Cherry! The medal is presented by Giulio Franceschi, premia Giulio Franceschi, Marketing Manager STIHL Italia, Marketing Manager STIHL Italy. Congratulations, congratulazioni. And now, ladies and gentlemen, second place in seconda posizione and winner of the silver medal, vincitore della medaglia d'argento, representing Belgium, per il Belgio, Camille van Rendonk. All right, congratulazioni. The medal is presented by Giulio Franceschi, premia il signor Giulio Franceschi, Marketing Manager STIHL Italia.
Thank you.
Congratulazioni ancora. And now, ladies and gentlemen, attention, first place, primo posto, and winner of the gold medal of the STIHL Timbersports Rookie World Champion 2024 e vincitore della medaglia d'oro Timbersport Rookie World Champion 2024, representing Australia, per l'Australia, Coffee! All right! The medal is presented by Mr. Giulio Franceschi, premia il signor Giulio Franceschi, Marketing Manager STIHL Italia. Congratulazioni. Attenzione. And now, ladies and gentlemen, signore e signori, il straordinario trofeo, the extraordinary trophy for the winner of the Rookie Timbersports World Championship 2024, Matt Coffey. This is a trophy presented by Massimo Gallo, General Manager STIHL Italy. Premia il signor Massimo Gallo, General Manager STIHL Italia. All right, congratulazioni, big hands. E adesso, e ora, ladies and gentlemen, in honor of the winner, and now we hear the national anthem of Australia. In onore del vincitore ascoltiamo l'inno nazionale dell'Australia. Thank you so much, congratulazioni ancora al campione rookie STIHL Timbersport 2024, l'australiano Matt Coffey. Godiamoci le immagini, enjoy the images. You're live in Milano. Back to the studio. Passo la linea allo studio.
Now that was very emotional and beautiful to see. He really enjoyed that. How about that? The
I
Iceman.
love to see the guys were singing the national anthem as well. I mean, that's fantastic. You know, when you see it at a hockey game or you see it at a football game or something, and the audience and the people get into the spirit of it and sing the national anthem. Matt Coffey on the top spot of the podium there, singing the national anthem of Australia. So that was really nice to see. I like that, and he can be absolutely proud of how he performed today. I mean, he cut, sawed, and chopped his way to that top spot on the podium.
Well-deserved winner.
Well-deserved winner, absolutely.
And that's not all for today. If you take a closer look at your watch, it's a 4:45. And at 6 p.m., we have something very special for you.
Yaman, the trophy format coming up.
Baroni.
The World Trophy is next this evening. It is a banger. Don't miss that because it's going to be a lot of fun.
This is what you can expect.
Yes.
I love the Italian tunes in the background. The Champions League of wood chopping is awaiting you in just over 1 hour.
Yep, hour and 15 minutes. Don't miss it because it's going to be epic. And the level has gone up again, if that's even possible. Jack is back.
Oh, yeah.
Will he defend for a third time and take the hat trick? We'll see. He's got a lot of guys knocking on his back door to try and get that top spot.
Can't wait. And for now, it's goodbye with the highlights of the rookies.
Ciao, everyone.